Good day, everybody. Hope y'all having a blessed day. And for those who aren't having a blessed day, I pray that you make it through the day. Today, for those, wait, before I get straight into it, for those who are just now seeing the video and stuff, welcome in. This is the journey, and we're gonna be discussing the topic of how do I pick my friends. Before we get into that, my name is Jalen Saunders. Jalen Isaiah Saunders, whatever name you pick is fine. To call me by. Um, I like to journal. Like I said in the first video, in the second video, I tell you the same thing. I love to journal. Another piece of me is I played baseball when I was younger. So as I continue to post videos, I'll continue to share pieces and pieces of myself so you guys could get to know me, who I am, and basically the my character and the type of person I am and stuff like that. Most of all, I love Jesus and I want to see his will be done through me and through you, and so that others may know. So let's get into it. Um, how do I pick my friends, or how do I pick the right friends? It's a pretty tough, a tough conversation. Not necessarily, but I feel as though a lot of us discover our best friends and our best friends through childhood, sandbox, people we grew up with. A person was right around the corner or across the street from you. Y'all end up being close knitted together. Sometimes y'all go through your little ups and downs. Friendships could be a little sticky at times. Yesterday, I talked about expired relationships. So this is pretty much intertwined with that, just branched off to friendships. Um, so a lot of us find ourselves in friendships that aren't healthy. There are friendships that are not healthy. There would be a friendship that you're in that is very controlling. There will be a friendship that is very toxic. Is two against one in a friendship. There are friendships that has a lot of favoritism. Mind you, people do have favorites, and that's cool. But when it pours in and when it starts to show itself in the friendship, where one person feels left out, it's not a good feeling. Um, and you may well be that person that feels left out in your friendship because one, they don't include you in nothing. They don't include you. They don't let you know. They don't notify you. Hey, this is what we're doing today. We're going here. We're going there. Oh, we're just at the house chilling out. That's not a good, healthy friendship to be in. If they don't want to include you in anything, if they feel ashamed to be around you, if they constantly push you around, step over your boundaries, they don't meet the expectation that you have. um it's hard. It's hard, and I would say let it go. They're not your friends. For those who are looking for a friend, um for those but before I get to that too, the best time you could find a friend is when you're in school, high school, college, people you grew up with. Nowadays, when you're going out and you're in a different country, a different state, you're trying to find a friend, it can be hard because a lot of people nowadays in this generation, I'm sorry, aren't genuine. Sorry again. They are not genuine. Um they're not nice. Some people could be very harsh and mean, and to find yourself forcing yourself to have a relationship with them isn't worth it, because they're already showing you their attentions towards you, how they feel about you. You often need a friendship that you often need a friendship that is built has a solid foundation, that is built on trust, that is built on love, that is built on loyalty, that is centered around God, that is filled with honesty and communication. Because I see in friendships, I've been in college for a minute, and I see in friendships crumble just because, oh, she um she talked to my boyfriend, or he talked to my girlfriend, or um they didn't invite me out, or they said something that I just didn't like, I didn't agree with. And even in friendships, you have to um open up and lay your cards on the table and say, hey, these are my beliefs, this is what I believe, and this is my expectation within this friendship and stuff like that. Allow it to come naturally, allow it to become easy, but don't force yourself on someone. Not everybody is your friend. And we use that I'm sorry we use that friendship title so loosely. Oof. Everybody, like, nowadays, oh, that's my friend. You hang with this person once and you said that's your friend. No, no, sir, that ain't your friend. That's someone you're acquainted with. That's someone you just met. Do not use the friendship. A friend stick closer than a brother, bro. I'm telling you, when your back is against the wall and you need someone to talk to, you call your friend. Your friend doesn't go and spread your business to the next person. Your friend doesn't go and talk about you to the next person. If y'all have a friend group, your friend goes and y'all discuss the issues and stuff within the friend group. Y'all don't go outside of the friend group to try and find the solution, because you don't know how they feel about that. You're carrying their information to someone else. A friend supports the next person when they're going through a tough time, they're going through a breakup, they're going through financial issues, they're going through mental health crisis. You support that friend. You don't forsake that friend because, oh, I got a boyfriend, oh, I got a girlfriend, now I gotta leave the friend alone. That's not a friendship. You're capitalizing off that person. That's not cool. I feel as though a lot of us, some of us are here for a good time. What I mean by that is we try to find people that have something. We try to find people that have something. That way we could bounce off of them and benefit off of them. So it's really a friends with benefits. It's really like, oh, this person has a stable family. This person has they're financially stable. Let's get a bounce off of them. This person has a car. I know in college people become your friend just because you have a car. Because they don't have a car and they need a friend to take them around. So they say, oh, that's my friend. No. A friendship is not built off of that. I feel so we lost the authenticity of friendship. You got there's a lot of people now there's a lot of people that we call friends that aren't our friends no more. You go to your whole contact list and it's only probably like 4 or 5 people you could actually call on. The other 200, the other 300 contacts and stuff are wasted. They're just taking up space. But that's the reality of it all. We have people that we follow that aren't our friends. The people that hate us, that are envious of us, follow us. That say they are our friends, or you say that they're your friends, but they're not your friends. They're just jealous, and because they're jealous, they want to continue to monitor you and keep track of what you're doing because they want to prey on your downfall. That's not a friend. And we got to be careful who's in our group, because if you show me your friends, I can tell you exactly who you are. My grandpa used to say it all the time. Let me just follow you all around for a second. I gonna find out what that person you are. And we I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I I love to see a healthy friendship that is centered around Jesus. I love to see a healthy friendship that is centered around Jesus Christ. It's amazing because you're supportive of each other. There's no room to like mimic, or like there's no room to try and like shape shift or like not be yourself, or try to pretend to be someone you're not. There's a better space to actually be you. So we have you in order to find that, you have to go in spaces where it'll be there. So if I'm going in a space, if I'm going to a bar, or if I'm going to a nightclub, or if I'm going to where else where you when you shouldn't want to look for friends. If I'm just going in a space where if I'm going to the casino, I know I'm not gonna find a good friend there. I'm not gonna find a trustworthy person at a casino. I'm not gonna find someone who loves Jesus, who follows God at the bar. Why? Because where you are, there you are. So if you're at the bar, you're drinking and you're partying, more 9 times out of 10, that's what you like. That's what you do. If you're at the casino, 9 times out of 10, you like being at the casino because you like to gamble. You're not trustworthy. You're not accountable. You're not responsible. You don't have stewardship. So why would I want to flock? Why would I want to group myself with people that aren't stable? Friendship wise, they're not stable. Mentally, they're not stable. I feel so you have to search yourself as well to find out what the type of person you are, your pet peeves, your likes, your dislikes, things that you want for yourself. I feel so you have to find those things in order to realize that, oh, let me be class with this person. I'm gonna be class with that person. Let me be with this person. Um, I'm not very too heavy on um the opposite attract. I'm not really heavy on that. The opposites don't attract. mm, there's a 10% chance they attract, like physically they attract, but mentally, spiritually, no. It's gonna break up sooner or later. Is inevitable that it happens. And so you want to find people that have the same morals, the same values, the same standards as you, the same way you would go and look for a boyfriend, you would go and look for someone that is trustworthy, someone you could lean on. That's the same way you should go and look for a friend. You shouldn't forsake your friend because it's something that they mess up on, they trip up on. Um, if y'all have each other back, have each other back, correct each other inside the house and outside the house. Is that if your friend is wrong on the way they treated a situation, on the way they talk to their parents, let them know that. That's what real friends do. So the scripture I wanted to pull from too was Proverbs 27:17. It talks about iron sharpens iron, so as a man sharpens the countenance of his friends. And so if you and your friends aren't building off each other, aren't supportive of each other, aren't helping each other, if you guys left each other right now and broke up, the friendship, the group friendship and stuff, and you haven't learned anything from either one of the people that you were hanging out with, that wasn't a healthy friendship. That wasn't a friendship that was a plus. It wasn't nothing adding to you in that friendship. So you have to be careful of who you got to be careful of who you hang around with, because those are the very people that could corrupt you. One spoiled apple could rotten the whole bunch. That's a true statement. One apple could rotten the whole bunch. One second. Okay, y'all, welcome back. I'm sorry for the change of scenery. There were people who was in the next studio room on the side of me that were loud. Um, so let's get back to it. I know I was talking about the spoiled apple. One spoiled apple could like rotten a whole bunch, which is true. But we often need to stray away and let go of people that's been useless to us. They're not beneficial to us at all. I'm not saying to capitalize on what they bring to the table, but you have to let go of that way. One of the issues, you could find this in the Bible. There's an issue that happened where the Lord allowed the chosen people who were taken out of Egypt to wander around in circles, just and guess what happened? The people with the Egypt mindset, the people that with the mindset of the undeveloped mindset, the mindset that wasn't able to expand, that was stuck in their ways, that were traditional, that just wanted to stay in the same space that we're in. He allowed those people to die. um and I feel as though we have to let go of people that aren't open minded to our dreams, our goals, our aspirations and stuff. I don't know if you guys have that issue or like ride into people like that, when you tell them your dreams or you tell them your goals and stuff, and they're like they shoot it down. And that's why you shouldn't share those type of information with everybody. um that type of information is very delicate, because the response you get from that person could determine how you feel the next day or how you feel about your dreams and your goals at that very moment. Some Take yourself out of one-sided relationships and friendships. And what I mean by that is people that don't want to see you excel, succeed, or do well in life. Remove yourself from them. How do you determine? How do you find these people? How do I know that I'm with someone that does this? That's a question may I ask. They would want it. They're gonna say that they want it for you, but the moment you get it, their whole perspective change. Oh, they'll say stuff like, "Hey, because you have it now, or because you got your car now, we can't hang out, or because you got your not necessarily that, because you got your car now, you think you're better, or because you got the job you wanted now, you think you're better, or they'll want you to get something, they'll want you to achieve something you always wanted, but they'll try to talk you out of it. You have people in your life that would try to talk, they would try to plead, cry, kneel down. They would grab on your clothes like, no, no, no. They would plead and cry to and talk you out of getting something that you've been praying for, something that you've been asking for, something that they know you always wanted. Remove yourself from those type of situations. Every time there's an excuse for something, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. But they could go and do it with someone else, or they could go and hang out with someone else. No, friends who don't want to go out and do small things with you, you should let them go. If they're not willing and open to explore something that you like for yourself, something that you want for yourself, something that you enjoy doing, no, it could be simple as going fishing, and they're not open up saying, oh, I'll just stay inside the house. I'll But the moment they want you to go somewhere with them and you say yes, they're all happy and everything else, but they can't do the same for you. Those are one-sided relationships, and I feel as though we find ourselves in scenarios like those in like so many different ways. Like we find ourselves in those type of relationships in so many different ways, but we had to be careful of it because people would take advantage of your kindness because it to them it's displayed as weakness. It displays as, okay, I can manipulate this person, I can control this person. You never want to be on the hand. You don't ever want to be dealt a hand where y- they think you need them constantly. Like, oh, you can't make a move, you can't make a thought, make an action without them. Don't allow a friendship to cripple you. Allow both of you guys some space. Both of you guys deserve space. You don't have to be under the person 24/7. That's not a healthy relationship. um Clinginess and obsession isn't a healthy relationship. The more you're obsessed with a person, the more you look at the person as an idol. That person becomes a prize to you. You don't want nobody else with that person but you. Jealousy starts to spark in those type of relationships. You don't want that type of relationship. Trust me. Like there are people who are in relationships where the next person admires the person, and she can't even get a boyfriend because of you. He can't even get a girlfriend because of you, because you always want to hang out with the bro, or you always want to hang out with your sis. No, give that person space and time to be by themselves, to have a collective thought, to have a well processed thought. You also have to learn yourself when being in a friendship or relationship. You have to be able to learn and understand yourself. And I feel as though a lot of us don't really don't take time out to understand ourselves and what we want and what we need, the things that we cherish and what we hold to our heart. We don't have time to navigate our feelings, to get a mature understanding. A lot of us think we're mature and we're understanding and we got our communication and we're reasonable, but when we run into someone that has been like who someone who has been secluded or has been to themselves, to have that thought and to have that understanding relationship with God, in order to understand themselves and understand their goals and their purpose and stuff like that. That's a whole different ball game. Some of us aren't prepared to be in a friendship or relationship. Some of us aren't prepared to be in a friendship or relationship that is healthy, because our unpreparedness could have us waiting for 4 years, 40 years, 4 years, months, weeks. Our unpreparedness, because the person that you are looking for is this friend that you're looking for is so some people try to look for like the most perfect idea cartoon version of a friend, but we all should understand that everybody comes with their flaws. Not everybody's going to be perfect. Now, whether you guys work on each other and build off each other, like I said, because iron sharpens iron, that's that's how that will work. You have to sharpen each other. You have to like encourage each other. You have to say, hey, like I think this would be best. You have to correct each other. As hard as that sound, you have to correct the person. There's no, oh, ride or die, and I'm a ride or die with them, whether they wrong. No, correct them. Because if that was your friend, you don't want them to go outside looking like a fool, or you don't want them to go outside and potentially get arrested, or you're at a fancy restaurant and they're not articulating their words and not speaking properly. My friends correct me, and so do I correct my friends. There's a time and a place for everything. You shouldn't, if you're dressed inappropriately or you look a certain type of way, your friends should be able to correct you. And if you're not allowing your friends to correct you, then you don't need friends right now. You don't need friends, because an honest friend would be open to correction. So if you're that person that doesn't want to be corrected, that don't want to hear what nobody has to say, then you don't need a friend right now. You need to be by yourself. You need to be able to think and say, hey, this is the mature thing to do. This is the right and the wrong thing to do. A lot of us don't know right from wrong or wrong from right. And so we walk in this path of thinking that everything goes our way, everything is right. Last week I said it's the only child syndrome, that we think that everything is right, is our way or the highway. We're hard-headed, stomach-headed and stuff, so we have to take those things in consideration. There's so much more things you could touch on with this topic, but I'm running out of time and I don't want to hold you guys any much longer. So for those who are having a blessed day, I pray you have a blessed day, and for those who aren't having a good day, I pray you make it through the day. Y'all have a good one.